Salutations, fellow tinkerers, and welcome to the very first Tinkering About review. Now, I suppose you could say all the other Tinkering Abouts were reviews in their own way, but this one is specifically a review because I was asked to review How to Survive. I'll get there eventually, I just keep forgetting. Need to remember my voice. And this is a zombie survival game, only instead of it being post-apocalyptic, you're stranded on an island. So let's get straight into it, shall we? Blip. Now, I've just done some missions for this guy right here. His name's Andrew, and he wanted me to get him a healing plant. Now, I like what they've done in this game, actually. The resources that you have to collect, like the plants and the materials and the items, they blend in, but at the same time they don't. So, a plant is a light green, and it kind of blends in with the grass, but it's a lighter green than the grass, so you can just about see it, and you really have to look. And I quite like that, actually. And this is a hut with a wooden door, which you can break down. And again, I think that's a very nice feature because it makes you think that you can explore everywhere. However, this is something I do/don't like. The camera angle. It's a bit like Diablo in the sense that you're looking down on it in third person, but well, just look. For instance, I go up here and the camera angle changes by itself. I can't turn it manually, I can't do anything with the camera manually. And I don't really like that, because if it's nighttime and there's a zombie nearby, you want to be able to look around and see, and you can't, and that's annoying. But this is a survival guide. I will leave you with Kovac's sweet words.
Kovac's rules. Introduction. Greetings. If you are reading this, you are probably afraid for your life. You will be lost and hungry, and if you have not already, you will soon encounter the many zombies who live here. Please, stay positive. The situation is desperate, but not lost. Thanks to my survival guide, you will get through this. My guide is a thorough training program to help you survive the most extreme environments. It contains all you need to combat the zombies. Good luck, and see you soon, survivor!
And now we come on to our first zombie, after that lovely little story and some rules. Now, the fighting mechanics. I would like it if you could just hold left click to attack, but you can't. You need to constantly button mash it. Some people don't mind that. I personally don't mind, but I would prefer it if you could hold. But instead, if you hold it, you sort of power up for a really strong attack. This is a barrier, like the one we saw earlier where it said keep out, but you can only go through it with either a machete or an axe. So you need something sharp to cut through it, because it's only bushes, but you can't quite walk through. Now this, there we go, I finally picked it up. This is, I believe, a recipe. I think you need them to create things, but at the same time, I'd have to say I'm not sure. Simply because I never came across anything that I couldn't craft if I had the correct materials. Okay, now next to this zombie is a well, as you can see right there, because your characters have all kinds of things. They have health, they have stamina, they have hunger, so you need to eat, and they have thirst. And they also have tiredness or sleepiness, whatever you want to call it. I don't really know. I'm going to call it sleepiness because I like getting sleepy. And here we have the inventory, as I said. And then you've got the objectives, the skills, and the stats. And well, it progresses from there. You can figure it out by yourself. And here is a demonstration of what I had mentioned earlier about the hard attack. Watch. It's pretty much an insta-kill with any zombie that I've come across as of yet, so far. You can sometimes get lucky and get a double kill, like you just saw. And to be fair, I just love it because it has such a satisfying sound in any game. Just listen, just listen. Oh, yeah. That was an execution. You can do that if you hit a zombie enough times. Now this is hardware. These are it's a box of bits and bobs, scraps and such, that you can combine with other items to make things like a fishing rod. And here I have the machete as given to me by that guy who you saw just then. And as you can see, I'm cutting through it. I just opened up a new area. There's a little box here, room, place, thingy. And sometimes it'll open up an area with some nice loot. Other times it'll open up an area with some pretty annoying zombies, which I personally don't like. Here I'm going to craft some stuff for you. So here, if you combine the machete with a stick, you will create some makeshift arrows. So I'm just going to use up all of these sticks here. And you can do it either way round, which I like. You don't have to combine the machete with the stick. You can combine the stick with the machete. I think that's pretty nice, actually. I like how it... You understand what I mean. This is what I'm going to call an outpost. Now, for the moment, they're not locked. Or this one isn't, anyway. But something very annoying happens if you open it. Just look. Eventually. There you go. I wasn't quite sure when that was going to kick in. It sets off an alarm which will bring a horde of zombies. Kind of like Left 4 Dead 2, I suppose. I suppose you could think about it that way. If you set off any kind of alarm or loud object, it will make zombies come rushing to your position. But when they're all gone, the light will turn green and you're safe to go inside. You can sleep in there, and that's all I know at the moment. You can just sleep in it. Now we're on to the shooting aspect. You hold the right click to aim, and as you can see, the circle gradually gets smaller the more accurate you are. And I've noticed, so far again, with every headshot, it's an insta-kill. Just like that. Oh yeah. Now this is the map. I like how they show things on it. They show where you can light up some campfires, they show where you can get water, they show where the outpost is. Again, it's very helpful. Now I just unlocked a skill point from this guy here, and my first skill, as you can see at the top here, is fire lighting, when I eventually get round to clicking the damn thing. And as I'm sure you can guess, I just light fires, I can light torches, and once you've lit a fire, like I have here, you can pick up one of the sticks from it, and you can turn zombies into some delicious cooked steak. Or you can go here, and you can just burn down the entire bit of shrubbery, and that'll burn down the whole thing, which is actually really nice. Now it's getting close to nighttime though, and this game does have a day-night cycle. I think to begin with, it gradually gets nighttime as you complete missions, but after this, it will get into a proper cycle. And when nighttime comes, things called nocturnal zombies will come out, as you can see right there, crawling. And what's helpful is Ramon gave me a flashlight, and if you shine it at them, it will frighten them and make them go away, because they hate light, hence them being nocturnal. But don't think that makes them easy to kill. They're really annoying, like you can see here. It's like 5 or 6 hits going into this guy. He's really, really annoying. But now we are coming up to Kovac, and I shall leave you with his sweet words of wisdom. Until next time, I love you all, and stay sexy. Bye-bye!
I expected to see you dead. But you're alive. Good. Trying to break into one of my huts was not a good idea. I think you realize this now. So, how did you end up in this living hell? Can you remember? No problem. It's the same for me. All a haze. I'm Kovac. Nice to meet you. Don't be alarmed by the get-up. Just a kind of protection, you know. I've been on these islands for several weeks. I know a little about survival. So I built a simple shelter on a neighboring island. You look a little unprepared, but don't worry. Jump in my boat. I will teach you some basic rules of survival. You'll be dead for sure without them. No offense.